Right, Shalawam, this is Jim as Louisiana Saints. I hit you with another post camp, basically going into the live Shabbat lesson, new moon. All right, so that, as we always start off, we always want to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahawashi,
bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham,
double honor to the elders, apostles of GMS, peace and blessings once again. Shalawam to the brothers and sisters that fell under the lamb. All right. This particular live lesson of we're going into the hour of temptation. The hour when every man, all right, shall be tried, man. All right, the test of their faith is going to be tried on various things that are going to fall on them, man. Whether it be tempted with the chip, the mark of the beast, whether you be tempted with what we know is the martial law, man. And very other attempts in your life, whatever they may be, man. You shall be tempted. It's the outcome, how you come out. If you're not gotten by those temptations, man. Right? Starting off with that right 2.
Yeah. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Right. What it means by setting your heart aright, setting your mind aright. You're supposed to be meditating and having your thoughts, your mind concentrating on the things to come. Knowing much more every week. We're fastly approaching this day, man. Right? We're fastly approaching the day when all hell breaks loose, man. Right? When there's no more water in the stores, there's no more going to your local grocery store to get bottles of water and food, man. We're upon those days where we know that these elite bankers are going to shut down what we know as the Americas, man. Right? And they have already gotten the minds of the people with this scam. Right? The scandemic, man. Right? You shall be tempted with the mark of the beast, the Microchip. You shall be tempted. Different wayward things is going to come into play. Right? And that's what the Lord said back in Revelation 2. Somebody can hold me on deck. Revelations 2 and 10. Even you got to hold fast even if you have to die, man. Right? Go ahead. Give me that. Go back. Give me that.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
Make not haste. Don't get all trouble. Don't get all trouble when you see America being besieged with troops, NATO troops, EU troops, Blackwater troops, man. Because that's what's coming to the shores of America, man. Really, it's already here. We tell you time and time again, there's over 1,000 concentration camps ready to lock and load you people in, man. And then out. Barbed wire fence, cattle palms. They are planning on torturing, killing a lot of you, man. The guillotine. These different things are set in place for the people of America. America is foreclosing on, man. And yet the people can't see. This place is gone, man.
Like I say, you got a lot of millionaires and other well-to-do people leaving the country in droves, going to places like New Zealand and Canada, just getting as far away from this country as possible, because with them being higher up, they have knowledge on things to come, so they're getting out while the getting is good.
Yeah, because amongst the power elites and the uber rich, information is passed down. Only you copper tops and you drones out here, you numbskulls, you don't care about what's going on. When it's then the elephant is in the room, it's in your face. The hour of temptation is at hand, man. All right? These measures that the government has taken and put in place is to grapple you and to put you in the chokehold, man, and to take your rights away from you, right? But the people of the Lord, the men of the Lord, you have to hold strong to what's coming to, and not give in to those things, man. When you're being presented with the Microchip to put in your right hand and your forehead because of the changes in the money system, you might have to get off grid, man. You might have to go and get in one of these various woods, swamps, and areas and live like a nomad. Those days is coming. You see the youth out here, they make fun of homeless people, bums, whatever you want to call them. But them days coming where you gonna live like that. Go ahead, Doc.
And what you just said, that's exactly what the next verse says about you having to put all your stock in Yahawashi, bahasham, Yahawashi.
Yeah, you better put your stock in the Lord. That's what we doing, man. We have put our stock in the true living power, right? And his name ain't for proper belief. Everybody wants to give him a name. Talking about how the Lord has one name, and his name is in the Hebrew, the Paleo Hebrew. His name is not Jesus Christ. His name ain't Allah. His name ain't
God,
Yahweh. He say God.
that's titles.
Right, those are titles. The name of the Lord. That boy fell with the Grand King. He fell in the Grand King over there. You see that?
Yeah, I saw
Look,
it.
Lord. Yeah, he in China right now. God damn. Well, yeah, man. You know, when it comes down to, we trust in Yahawashi, Yahweh being the one that the word didn't call Jesus Christ, Yahweh being the one that the word didn't call God. Because the world calls the one you know God, God. That just means power. We know him as Yahweh, man. Right? The one that the word didn't call Jesus Christ because his name ain't Jesus. Right? Jesus is nothing more than a title. Jesus means Savior. Yes, he is a Savior. But what is his name, though, man? His name is Yahawashi. All right? That's the same Hebrew tongue that we're going to have to trust into. The same Hebrew tongue that the Lord spoke to Paul in, man. But he knocked Paul to horse and bound him for 3 days, man. He called him in the Hebrew tongue. Right? These dark, terrible, dreadful days for the come. When they finna lock down these cities, man. These major cities that you love to party, burn up down the street in, your cars, your short dresses, right, your tennis shoes. Hey, they don't come to town where it's gonna be a war zone. It's gonna be a full-blown, you like to play Call of Duty Warzone, but a war zone coming to your door, man. It's gonna be a war of the classes of different, the middle class, the poor, the rich, all right, the white against the black. It's gonna become a war zone, right? Even with troops in there, man. Go ahead, Doc. There's some more meat in that thing.
Verse 3.
You got anything else? All right. We're gonna get them out. Go ahead.
Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Yeah, you gotta get stronger and stronger as things get on, as we see. All right? We the prophets have told you what's gonna happen, man. Right? Lord have mercy. And we have told you, man, what's gonna happen on the shores of America. They're gonna lock down them borders, all right? They're gonna have all type of ways. We know that every so-called terrorist attack that happened in America happened and it was constructed by American, their own people, man. Americans, man. They cut the lights off over here. They cut the food and water supply, which they already been massaging in on you people that there's a shortage of tires, shortage of chicken wings, microchips, you name it. They're gonna cut the lights off over here, man. So like the people like this, go drink it up, go smoke it up, sniff it up, do your thing. Because when the curtain closes, it's gonna close forever. We tell you, and you heard it first, man. All right, because we don't deal with you people on a lower level. We deal, and we give insight, get insight from the powers that be, which we're the powers that be on the right hand side, right? And the powers that be on the left hand side said on the next lockdown, your world as you know it is gonna change, man, forever, forever. Go ahead. They said it on Australian news. It's the first day of the New World Order. They said it on the news.
They said it on the news, man.
You're looking at the beginning of the New World Order, man. All right? Where the power elites want your soul, your mind, soul, and your body. Literally. Go ahead,
I was going to say, with the borders getting locked down, you've seen it already in these other countries. Sydney, Australia, and Victoria, well, especially Victoria, Australia, they're pretty much on an indefinite lockdown. People are getting arrested over there. They're taking kids away.
They're literally taking your kids away. They're literally in Australia, because everything, we seen it on the block, everything that happens in the European countries are nothing more than guinea pigs to what's going to happen over here. They're literally chasing people down, officers chasing you down, tackling you, going to their back pocket and putting out that ooh-wee, because we got to say that because of YouTube. They're taking out that
Valerie.
Yeah, what y'all call it?
Yeah,
They're taking it out and putting it in your arm by force, man. That's what's gonna happen over here. These troops and these Humvees, why do you think these major cities are doing more work on the highways to make them wider? The streets to make them wider. That's so the tanks and Humvees get through here, man. Soldiers and equipment, all right? To put you in these camps, man. Right? To put you in these FEMA camps. Go ahead, huh?
And if I can say, when Papers, Please is coming back, because you had some people that tried to go up to Canada and they had fake passes for the thing, and I don't know if they went to jail, but they at least got a $25,000 fine.
Yeah, man. This thing is for everybody in the coma, man. You got the bulk of these people in America, you're in a deep comatose, man. To the realization of what's going on. We told you, it showed you one of the inventors. I'm gonna call it Big Pokey, like the Big Pokey. We told you that the guy that's one of the creators of that thing told you only got 2 years. Once you take it, you only got 2 years to live, at least. Some of you gonna have a fast death. Some of you gonna have a slow death. But you all gonna die, man. Right? Because it's about the Georgia Guidestones, man. At the end of the day, it's about thinning out the herd. According to Rabbi Finkelstein, it's about thinning the herd. It's about the Georgia Guidestones, man. Maintaining humanity on the 500 million. It's 7 billion people on planet Earth. It's a big number. It's a lot of killing. And you best believe, all right, the powers that be are coming with biochemical weapons to kill you, man. They're gonna come with force, the sword to kill, man. Keep going. Now they got some more. You gotta hold strong, man. You can't weak out now. You can't fold like a whole lawn chair, man. You gotta hold strong, man. You better believe in Yahawashi until the end. Go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee.
Whatsoever, man, is brought upon you. Whether it's even the facing death, you better hold strong. Facing the chip, the guillotine. Because we know that the Department of Defense has purchased over thousands and thousands of coffins. All right? Thousands and thousands of guillotines that were ordered from China and Japan that made it over to the shores of California to be distributed throughout the country. Because they once they kill you, they want to save your organs too, man. Why are your top leaders and athletes and all these people that want to make leaders to you people ain't telling you that, man? All right, go ahead.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
Yeah, you're going to be changed. Be patient when you change into a lower state. Which we're patient right now. We're in the lower state. Right? We're the prophets and teachers. We're looked down upon, man. You know? Go ahead. What else y'all think? Go ahead. It's gonna be a lot of that, man. It's gonna be like what Biggie said. It's gonna be a lot of singing and there's gonna be a lot of soul singing and flower bringing in that thing.
That's a spirit, because whenever you see somebody dying, who's the first one they cry for? Mom.
Yeah.
You're gonna see big old dudes screaming, I want my mom in that
It's about to get nasty out here, man. It's about to get straight nasty out here. You people that's in the city that's stuck, you're literally in a tomb. You're dead. You better get the hell out of these major cities, man. These major cities are gonna be buck ass wild. It's gonna be buck and naked wild in these major cities, man. When they cut these lights off, the water, and they did it for the time of Katrina as a trial run. Katrina was a trial run to the things that come, what they gonna do over here. They had IWI, Israeli troops over here guarding major mansions for the super rich of New Orleans. They had Blackwater over here. Killing, man. Right? They showed you what they're going to do, and they're going to do it again. They're going to pack you like sardines in these big majors. What do you think these stadiums are for? So somebody can catch a deep pass from Drew Brees, from Jameis Winston? You talking about Jameis Winston? That's what it's about? No. They can turn literally an average Walmart into a concentration camp within hours. Sam Club, Costco's, even these big stadiums, that's what they're designed for.
Universities too.
Yeah, man. Makeshift camps, man. And they show that. That's why they always put the notion out there with the zombie motion. Even they put the black magic out there with the movie. Man, they show you what they're gonna do before they do it. Like the movie Crazy. Who ever seen that? You ever seen Crazy? That's what they plan on doing, man. Go ahead. Whoever got one.
It's 1 Corinthians. It's 1 Corinthians 12. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 10 and 12. It says, wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall.
What do you say?
It says, 1 Corinthians 10 and 12. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall.
Yeah.
There had no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
Yeah, there's no temptation that's taken you that is common to man. Which all men are going to be faced with possibly that temptation. The ultimate temptation is the chip, right? The mark of the beast, which is known in the book of Revelations. You look up the word mark, it means charagma, right? M-O-T-B, man. Charagma, right? The actual needle in the Bible is known as charax. It's the stake, palisade that's going to inject the MOB in you, man. It's in the Bible. And then what the last one is? The stesio is the actual records that the chip is going to hold, man. Your information, your blood type, your mom, your kids,
your bank
account. And if you don't play ball, you talk the way we talk about what's really going on, they cut you off. Just like they practice with YouTube. You start saying certain things in the algorithm, we're gonna strike you, put you on suspension for a week. Maybe you do it again 2 weeks. Then if you don't listen, we're gonna cut you off completely. Because all of it, what they're finna do with the IRS and its social system of making it cashless society, everything is gonna be in one. The medical, that's what the attack is now. The medical and economics, the money, come into one. The only way you can do that is one is what? With that chip, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, but YAHAWAH is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above your age.
You should not be tempted above. You should not be able. What you got?
I got something.
Oh, go ahead.
Right along with this. It's been all I've been focused for 7 years. I was in the Marine Corps from 2009 to 2014, and I was in the infantry. And my the Marine Corps is the smallest branch, and we were in a little reserve unit, 150 Marines. Twice a year, we would line up 150 long and pass a case. You would take a case, pass a case, take a case, pass a case. Each case had 12 MREs in it that were perfectly fine and can last up to 20 years. They had about 5 years shelf life on them, so we're destroying. I ran the numbers. We've been, the 1% owns these MRE factories. It's a felony for us to resell them or take them home, but every military unit is destroying at least half of what they have every year. And from Vietnam, we could have fed the whole world, and you can prove it just by looking up the numbers. And so the 1% is, we could have no one would have been hungry since Vietnam if it wasn't for the 1%. And the second thing to share is all this money coming together. Could we not combine in God's name and create, say, a cryptocurrency and take the power back from you?
They got they're behind it.
Yeah, they're behind it, but right now anybody can create a cryptocurrency. And I had some dreams that
well, it's not backed by it. You can't make a currency that's not backing it by it.
you back it by, but they're.
You know what to back it by? Make it worth something?
Well, see, it's all. See, money's not going to work. So the way the stock market works, I've been pretty successful. You get enough people. Seriously, we could take down. See this bank right here, these big banks. If we had a way to communicate with the world, we could say everybody sell all your stock for Fidelity Bank in the name of your God, because this company
You know what's gonna happen though?
and
You
then,
know
and then that's kill
that?
you.
You know what's gonna happen?
That's what I was
By tomorrow, they'll have guards out here
So
ready to
if
kill
you
you
try
to
to
take
Well,
do
your
see,
money.
but
good,
they
they
can't
just
do that.
come
Not
off
the
your
money.
ass.
The stocks come out electronically. You ain't got to pay that.
They can do it. They control.
Stocks,
They
you can
control
take
the.
your
It's a
stocks
format.
online.
We can change the money though, and say this is the new form.
Right, but that's why I'm saying, why can't we do that? See,
We
I'm
can't.
saying call it
You
Jesus,
don't
call
control the
it
money.
God's goal, give everybody in the world one.
They're not gonna do that.
You know, and then,
It's not. That's not. It's not gonna happen. You know,
well, I
because
mean, then we're
they're on
gonna
the
be beat.
base.
If we don't fight them the way they're gonna beat us, then we're gonna
What happened? What happened when going back into Abraham Lincoln? What happened when he tried to do that? He tried to change the.
He did.
money. He tried to change it to the civil bank. What happened?
Well, but I mean, but
Killed.
They
well,
killed him.
that's fine. People gonna have to die, but I'm saying, I mean, I would do it if I had some people to back it. I'm saying, like, the restarting the currency in the name of and combining everybody's beliefs, and all this separation, and
It's not
our
gonna
God and your God, you know, well,
That'll
if
never
nothing's
gonna
gonna happen, and we
What's
just
that
sit around waiting for it to end.
Because real money
I mean, anybody can create a cryptocurrency right now.
is fake though. It's fake.
They're all
It's
fake.
just
It's crypto, but if you
it's
go,
invisible money. It's
it,
like
all
it's like-
money is invisible. But
Yes.
we could back it with copper. We could back it with.
That's nothing. That's
you know,
nothing.
we could.
You know what money supposed to be backed by?
Gold, yeah.
Gold,
Exactly,
silver,
gold.
land,
But
cattle.
see, we can back it by copper, huh?
Where's all the gold?
Oh, it's the reserve. They got it. The reserve.
1%.
But that's why we changed it. If the people combine, we could do anything.
Do you
We could
understand?
drop any company. We could make the churches do what they're supposed to do, which is the churches. The big churches.
They
They
control.
should be doing that. This is the church that should be going on. And nobody should be paid to be a preacher. You know, like they are, or Joe Osteen.
They all bought and
We
paid
can
for.
combine and take it down. Yeah.
Do you know? Do you know?
You can't start
You know-
electronic, though, I mean,
Do you understand the land? You in the land of the walking dead. These people are asleep.
yeah,
They're gone.
but see,
This place been
everybody,
took.
a lot of
That's
people
what I
got
told
God.
them. Everyone, I don't
Well,
care.
what God?
Ain't nobody
Yeah,
wake
there
up.
is.
What
So
God?
to me, there is one God.
God,
we
what's
all
his
think
name?
your God is my God. That's all I'm gonna say. But to me, I believe we all are worshiping the same God, but
We're not though.
But we are.
We're not though. You
There
know?
is just one.
Do you know?
There's just
I'm
one.
sorry. I'm sorry. I have to tell you this. I'm sorry to tell you this, but the people that what Americans worship, they worship Satan.
Well, yeah, we're tricked. Everything's inverted.
You live with it.
Yeah, see, Satan has infiltrated the churches, and we've been listening to Satan trick us for years, keeping the sheep. You know, and keeping all the people that should be on the streets doing good things. You know, church should be us out here doing stuff, not us listening to the
That's a real church. That's a real church.
Yeah,
Lord
that's
tell
what
you,
y'all are doing.
the church is found on the highways and byways because at the end of the day, people like yourself can come up and ask a question. In church, you can't ask questions.
No.
They kick you out of church.
Right.
It's about
And
this.
they don't take different beliefs. But I'm saying if we could have a system, she's a coder, right? I'm trying to get her to write this website. Somehow we can combine everybody.
That's
Their
not-
eyes are open.
It's not gonna happen.
I mean, it's got to. We've got the technology to combine the world now. And it either has to happen or it's at the end of the day.
This is the only thing right here that's gonna fully change anything. What we're doing, that's it. You know, what's your nationality, by the way? What's your father and your grandfather?
I mean, I'm Cherokee Indian, and I don't know. I was artificial insemination, so I don't know.
Where your mom was?
My mom was just white, you know. But I got.
What's your father? You don't know who your father is?
No. I mean, I have a father that raised me. You know, like,
Okay, but you don't know your actual.
no. But it means more that you know I got.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've been having these visions for 7 years. I wrote 2 papers in college that published. Right, I have dreams about it. There is a way for us to take the money because the same way the number of cents been robbing us, if we wake up, we can take it right back from them because that stock
Yeah.
you can. I'm telling you.
They run
It's
the-
that money.
When you look at when you leave it, it's on a simple note. You look at it's like the Monopoly. You look at the Monopoly. It's all
They
those
got all the
squares.
hotels, right?
Who's the man that's running the table with the big cap on?
Right. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
That's
but
exactly- don't
what
tell you
they've
that-
done is
that's
they've
JP
made a
Morgan
system
Drake.
where the people can crash it, and they can crash it if
You crash it with their
crash a
algorithm.
certain
People are
company.
gonna come
You
together.
crash
They're gonna bring up another company.
Yes, It's there.
Deliver it
And
all.
then, yes, you bring up a company, you trash a company. Then you show the government, hey, we do have a power because you let us have it. Then we say, okay, the people that are godly or of God, and then create maybe some people to start looking at these companies.
It's
And
not
then
gonna
you,
happen.
then you just have the people put the money in the right places. You just stop.
Yeah, go ahead. It's the book of
Anyway, I
Isaiah.
just had to say it. Thanks for letting me talk, man.
You good?
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. So the Lord has his own plans for what he's going to do.
And then I'm gonna tell you, his plan, the Lord's plans right now. It may sound blunt, it needs to come out. The Lord's plan is to get rid of America. America is the chief place of wickedness, right? There's a bread on it. The so-called, which not my founding forefathers, the founding forefathers that came over here to the shores of America, starting with Adam and Isaac, those are nothing more than witches. Those are nothing more than masons. And they built America on masonry, hate, and blood.
All lines that separate lands.
But this land is stolen land. It's stolen land. It's stolen from Native American Indians.
Right.
Our foundation
But
Yeah.
all the lines.
And the Lord, I'm gonna tell you, according to the Bible, the Lord said they gotta pay for it. The people that stole this land, the rape, rob, and murder Native Americans, that actually kidnapped people from the west coast of Africa, brought them over here, they gotta pay. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna hit you with the straight and skinny. People that done that, even their children, because we're paying for what our foreparents did, all right? Even their children have to pay. And that pay is the world is finna come. This is a world that's finna come. No kingdom on the planet Earth has ever kept going. The Babylonians gone, Persians gone, Greeks gone, Romans gone. And America is nothing more than an extension of the Roman Empire. It's finna go. But the world to come is gonna be for the Israelites, so-called Native Americans, so-called Negroes and Latinos. They're gonna rule the next coming world forever. Bring what you got. This is gonna happen through the destruction of America. Chiefly the World War III. America is gonna be destroyed in World War III by nuclear missiles. It's already predestinated and in the scriptures that America's gonna get hit with over 200 million missiles.
rapture.
That's what
the church said.
The church said.
But the rapture has to do with the deliverance of the 1/3 of the elect. The word rapture goes into something that's in the air.
So the Antichrist brings us on, though, right?
There's many antichrists. The word antichrist, anti means against. So there's many people that's against the ways of the Lord or the Lord himself. And they're running rampant. You can ask one of them, running up and down the street of America. They're against the betterment of this world, because chiefly the people that run the world just brought the world down. There's space junk, there's polluted water, the air. You see chemtrails putting barium octane in the air, GMO food. Who done that?
That ain't good.
That's why the Lord said, I'm going to destroy him which destroys the earth. I don't have, hey.
So, but why do I have these strong urges to do something about it? And I don't ever ask, because I ask people and trust the scripture. I feel like I can do something.
Because you're in a world where everybody got their own beliefs. Nobody don't want to come together. Like she been trying to tell you, nobody don't want to come together because it's divided.
Yeah, that's what's got to be stopped.
Yeah, but look,
Well, I'm going to say this too. The Lord is about division too.
Yeah.
The Lord, even going from the Tower of Babel, the Lord was never about people coming together. You know what the Tower of Babel?
If everybody came together, we would lose our division.
That's when he scattered them
Right.
across the
And he also set up a man by the name of Peleg. Peleg, even in I bring it out time and time again, even in the word Peleg itself means division. The Lord is a great divider. He's a great separatist. It's not about people coming together. Everybody's supposed to be separate. Supposed to be.
I got you something. It's Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not. This Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. For blood it defileth the land. Because this land was gotten of blood.
Yeah.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of them that shed it.
So the people that shed the blood, even the children, because
That could be our ancestors.
but you are your ancestors. You are.
Right. So my ancestors could have been the people
I'm gonna hit you with this.
You know, so why can't I undo it?
I'm gonna hit you with this. Now, according to there is a thing in the Bible, all throughout the Bible, there is a thing called reincarnation. Right? And you are, and myself, our foreparents. You was back then doing those different acts. Whatever it was back in the 1840s, 1817, you was back then. Because the Bible tells you that a man comes back every 3 to 4 generations. Right? So every about around every 75 to 92 years, give or take 100 years, you come back.
Right.
You come back, the Lord, you go to the Spirit. Nobody goes to hell.
I don't believe in hell.
Hell is nothing more than McDonald's.
Like there's a hell that's here and that's not possible.
Yeah, this is hell.
Yeah.
You're right, man.
No God would create something worse.
Right, but there is a spirit world. Where everybody, whether you good or bad, you go to the spirit world. 34 generations. When the Lord get ready for you to come back down, you come back down as a newborn baby. Right? So that's what we do. Give me that one in the pocket for about the change. You know? You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, go ahead.
This for you, man. It's real quick.
Okay.
It's the Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 12, verse 51. This is in red letters. It's the Lord speaking. It says, "Suppose ye that I have come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division."
No, I'm telling you no, but rather division.
The Lord Himself is causing the division.
That's why they'll never come together before.
Well, you know what that comes down to, without the duality of everything, you know, without the duality, there'd be no time or motion
Without
or
evil, there's
existence.
no good.
Right. Without the tick, there's no talk for time.
Get
So,
Isaiah 45 and 7.
Just think about the Tower of Babel when they all had the same language. He confounded it. He broke it all apart because he didn't want everybody to be on the same accord.
Is there an explanation for that, though?
Right here. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. "I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things."
So why the church ain't telling you that the Lord do evil? He do good. The Lord is balanced. The Lord created. With the one that the world calls Satan, the Lord, Satan ain't talking back.
Satan is God's creation, so he must be
listens to
good
him.
and have a purpose.
Get Job 2 and 2, or 2 and 1.
Think about it like this. You saw that movie Willy Wonka, right?
Yes.
You know how Slugworth was the bad guy, but at the end of the day, he was working with Willy Wonka.
Yeah, the anti-hero, like the Joker.
Like, not the Joker, but think about Satan as Slugworth. Satan works for the Most High, and he's actually demons and everything are actually on the left-hand side of the Most High and enact the judgments of the Most High. They're the ones that enact all the bad things that happen. It's all, as the brother brought out in Isaiah 45, verse 7. I create good and evil.
Right.
There's good judgments going out, and there's so-called evil judgments going out, but all of it comes back from the Most High.
He gets credit for it. He's the big man.
Yeah, we can't understand it, but
yeah.
I understand that. But now, what about, there is fate and free will?
No.
Y'all just believe in fate?
There's no such thing as free will.
What about spontaneous free will?
There's no such thing as free will.
How not?
The Lord's in control of everything we do.
But I mean, like, what, I dropped that. He can
That's you to drop it.
See, I kind of believe we have small free will,
It's
but
always,
it all comes to his plan.
nah, you don't have no free will. It was already predestined that you was gonna come out. Give me
Proverbs 16.
Yeah, it was already predestined that you was gonna come out here and drop the skateboard. The skateboard's gonna roll and pick it back up.
So, predeterminism is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Everything
For
is
every situation we've ever experienced is led.
Yeah.
Listen to this. This is Proverbs 16, verse 1. The preparations of the heart, which your heart is your mind.
Yeah, because the word heart in the Bible means heart, meaning your mind. Right? The preparation of your heart or your mind, go ahead.
The preparations of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord.
So he got you saying everything you're saying. Just like myself. What's happening tonight is something that was already predestined to happen. We were supposed to come and hear this, or whatever. I got to let nobody.
Or y'all usually don't stay this late? So, y'all give me a lot of insight that I need to.
This is Proverbs 16, verse 9, but then I'm going to jump to that Joker and seal of instruction. This is Proverbs 16, verse 9. A man's heart or mind
deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps.
Your whole movement.
He's already got it.
Yeah. And just like I think it was butterfly effect, your mind might have been on going somewhere else, and the Lord made a call, cut you off, or somebody get your attention and direct your stuff to go a whole other way.
Change the whole time.
See, because at the end of the day, there's angels and demons amongst us controlling everything. You know, which all was summoned from the Lord. Give me that Job.
This is Job 33. I'm going to start at verse 14. For God speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. Verse 15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man.
Your purpose might have been just having a night out with your woman going. The purpose last night, the Lord steals your instructions, because what you understand is every day in itself is a spirit. So it was already set up for you to run into us.
Well,
certain things happen.
I have these grandiose ideas though. Like I have a problem with like I want to change too much, and you can't get it.
You just want to do something.
We want to do more good. Like I started some stuff in my small town and stuff, but with the internet and with a big enough group, I feel like
You can only do what the Most High allows you.
I got this for you. In Job 23:14, for he performed the thing that is appointed for me, and many such things are with him. So I read it to you again. For he performed the thing. I'm gonna read 13. But he is in one mind, and who can turn him? And what his soul desire, even that he do it.
Right. So whatever
He's
the
talking
Most High
about the Lord.
whatever the Most High wants you to do, he allows you to do it or not. It's allowed or it's denied. You know?
For he performed the thing that is appointed for me. So you say, you like, I got this in my mind. I appointed this into myself. I just want to do this and do that.
But
The
I've
Lord
always
appointed
got
the
this
things.
other thing. See, the ideas I have can go that can affect the world greatly or poorly.
You got to think about it. You one person, right? How many people on the planet Earth? 7
billion.
Right. So what make you think your one idea or ideas can affect the world greatly?
I feel like it's not even my idea.
Right. But who idea is it?
I don't know.
Well, you got to let it
There's no
manifest.
holes.
Well, you don't.
No holes.
I know. To you, it is not. Because there's a way that seed right to up there.
God set up the elites like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers to bring about the we got to say it in code, NW0, to bring it up to fulfill prophecy, because it will fail, but it's going to fail through the will of the Most High to usher in the kingdom of heaven, which is the next rulership the elder brother was talking about, where the Israelites are going to rule. So no cryptocurrencies or any movements are going to stop it from being fulfilled. It has to be fulfilled for it to go down.
Right.
Even
Well,
your
the
top,
crypto idea, man, all it does is reset everybody on the planet with the same amount of currency.
all you're doing, the problem is all you're doing is printing more money, which
Well,
causes
you're
more
actually
inflation.
reducing all the money.
But check it out. It's like I told you before. Even your top guys, Jerry Slinger and Jerry Slinger is.
He's like an economist.
One of the top,
Right.
one of the top financial economists in America. He tell you you're climbing a burning ladder. It's a burning. It's gone.
But
Place
I
is
mean,
gone.
but if God will it, though, you know.
The Lord ain't about the will of America.
I mean, this is
I'm
the
telling
world
you,
I'm talking about.
He ain't the will of
I'm
this
talking
world.
about if we can do this, we can
Give me,
distribute the wealth, right?
looking
We
at
can
this.
stop third world
It's like,
countries. I mean, like I said,
only way that's gonna
system
change.
MREs would feed the world.
I'm gonna tell you, the only way that the world changed is the Israelites being in power, the true Israelites, not those people.
And that's when the bridge maker comes. The guy who bridges the gap between Christianity and
Nah, it's gonna be straight. It's not gonna be Christianity. Christianity is BS.
but somebody's gonna combine it with the Jewish belief, right? And he's gonna be the king of the
No.
No, this is gonna be.
I thought that was
It's gonna be It's gonna happen. The true laws of the commandments gonna be set up over there. The true men, even like those people in the land over there, Israel.
right.
Those not the real Jews, man. Those not the real people. Those people are imposters. The real Jews, really the Negroes in America, right along with the Latinos in America. Those people, yeah, those people. Maybe you are. Maybe you are. Through your father, I don't know. Maybe you are. know, maybe you are, who knows? You know what I'm saying? We're you know, kind of trying your spirit or whatever, but none of this change is going to come until the true people are back in the land. Even Adolf Hitler himself said the reason why he have a problem with those so-called Jews over there because they left black and came back white. All right? He said it too. But Hitler said something.
He said he knew that the Negro in America was a biblical Jew, and he said that that him going down is what's going to usher in World War III pretty much. But the point he was making, you got it?
Yeah, man. Nothing in this world going to change until the true people are back in their land. The Negroes in America is not from Africa. The Negroes in America are from Israel. The Latinos in America are from Israel. Even the true Native Americans that were done so horribly are from the land of Israel, was once known as the land of Canaan. Once we are back in that land and our true power, our Lord is back on the earth, this whole thing is going to change. Because the Lord, the truth will tell you, when the righteous rule the earth, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. All you see is mourning. People are homeless. People are dying. People are these
broken families.
Yeah, broken hearted.
He was in
It's
trial.
horrible, man.
But you know, if every church that was a big church was active like
Paid
this,
for it.
it was wicked.
They got a 501c3.
Everybody on Sunday put an hour into doing
It's
something
sold out.
good.
The bulk of
The
your
world would be.
your pastors are Masons, man. The bulk of your priests are homosexuals and they're pedophiles.
Yeah,
man.
this Satan's infiltrated the churches and keeping them sheep. That's what I feel like.
Nah,
Listen to this.
they want to be that way. They want to pop little boys. They want to pop little girls.
They want to do it.
It's called sexual magic. They tell you the purest thing between one of the purest things is the anus of a little boy, man.
Yeah, in the book After Virtue, it says if we can do one thing right, that which was right, we can have a sign of
Yeah, man. Go ahead, Alex.
And remember what the brother was saying earlier about those people that did things in the past, the people that founded America, are going to have to pay for the sins of their forefathers because through reincarnation they are their forefathers. And also that America will be destroyed because America is the most wicked country that's ever existed throughout all of humanity.
Even before the kingdom before.
Started.
It's already installed.
Well, it's booming right now, but it falls.
Scriptures talk about that too, the mountains crashing. But this is what Adolf Hitler said. Because, and we'll say so-called white Jews, because so-called white people, according to the scriptures, are actually the biblical Edomites. And those people over there are Amalekite Edomites. They're just like you have different tribes in Israel, like you have the tribe of Gad, the tribe of Judah. You have different tribes of Edomites. One of them are the Amalekites, the Temanites. But the ones over there in the land calling themselves the so-called Jewish people are Amalekites. Because the so-called white Jews know that the Negroes are the real children of Israel, and to keep America secret, the Jews will blackmail America. They will extort America. Their plan for world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they are. The so-called white citizens or Edomites of America will be terrified to know that all this time they've been mistreating and discriminating and lynching the children of Israel. They will fear God. They will, if they know this, they will fear God will destroy them as he destroyed Egypt for doing the same thing. So the elites, the Illuminati, keeps this a secret at all costs. And America, besides being known as Babylon the Great in the scriptures, is also spiritual Egypt. Because as Hitler just said, they're doing the exact same thing. And what happened to ancient Egypt? It was hit with plagues and went down. And that's what's going to happen to this modern day spiritual Egypt.
When you look at the C-19, that's a plague.
Right.
You know? Well, got them doing.
For this corona, I mean, it's part of it.
And real quick, just because somebody may have white skin or may look like any other nation doesn't mean that they're automatically an Edomite or an Israelite. It all goes back through the seed of your father. Like, the seed is what carries the spirit. So say a so-called black man pops an Asian woman and the baby comes out lighter. And since his mother was Asian, he deals with another woman and so on down the line, his children comes to look like a full-blown Asian person. He may look like a Chinese person, but if his father back from the beginning goes back to an Israelite, he's an Israelite.
Them kids and them grandkids are Israelites. It's about the seed of men,
What about,
pedigree of men.
what about Mary Magdalene? Do you think that she could have got away with losing? And there could be a bloodline of Jesus?
I mean,
There's a bloodline.
It is a
So-called
bloodline.
Jesus.
Yeah,
But
had
you
a
know-
baby with Mary Magdalene.
it goes back to Joseph.
Joseph.
Because what happened? Joseph popped Mary and had no immaculate conception. Joseph popped Mary. Then after he had so-called Jesus, what happened? He had brothers and sisters too. So there's that bloodline is still back on the earth. The one that you call Jesus Christ, his brothers and sisters are back. His mother and father are back. Because we're in the end
Because
time.
we reincarnate all
Yeah, we're in the end time.
all the energy in the world is recycled.
He come out of the line of Judah.
In Matthew chapter 1, it gives you his lineage all the way from
Give me
That's my
Revelation
middle
from the
name,
original
man.
Judah all the way down
Watch
to
this,
David.
Give me watch this. Revelation 1 and 7.
Good.
Just
To
Revelation
show you, because we're in the end times right now. Everybody, there was the high and mighty, the higher ups back then, the one that was making things shake and move back then, they're back today for the end times, for judgment. All the top people, they say Antiochus and these different people that was back then higher up in the, this
Right.
is America is the extension of the Roman Empire. Right? So I want you to listen to this real good.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
And them clouds ain't talking about regular clouds. The clouds that the Lord getting ready to come back,
We got cloud machines.
no, but the clouds that the Lord getting ready to come back with are called IFOs, identified flying objects. Really a so-called, the world calls them UFOs, but those are really the angels of the Lord. The Lord gonna come back and we know it's a big, massive ship, right? That's the cloud that he's getting ready to come back. That's a key word for the
And that's
chariots of
when he's
Israel.
supposed to take up the people that,
Yes.
and then the wicked will stay out here for 1,000
He's gonna
years.
destroy them too. No.
Don't they get 1,000 years and then judgment?
No.
Slavery.
No.
Like, you mind if I get a precept to back up that
Let me-
clouds are synonymous with
Get it after this. Get it after this.
It's Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him,
Every eye shall see the Lord when he come back. Go ahead.
and they also which pierced him.
They also was pierced. The Lord was pierced 2,000 years ago. Really, 2,000 and what? 21 years ago. So called. 2021 years ago, the Lord was piercing his side to make sure he was dead.
Right.
It says even those that pierce him. So that means the men or the soldiers that was in the Roman centurions, they are back today. They're gonna see him when he come back. That's reincarnation for you.
Right.
Actual men, when he was up on the cross, they pierced his side with the stake
Yeah.
to make sure the blood come out.
Right.
Those soldiers, they said, read it one more time.
Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him.
They also was pierced him. They pierced him years ago. They're back today. They might be back today, what, as officers, soldiers,
general in the military.
general in the military, they're back.
I mean, I've had some crazy visions that go along with all this stuff.
Hey, and the
About
Lord,
Jesus being reincarnated, Jesus never died, kind of time skipping.
Well,
God
the
used
Lord-
to
the Lord-
sit out of time.
the Lord went back to the Most High on the right hand side. All right, he's waiting. The Lord Himself has been what He's been.
Jesus,
Yes,
So-called.
so-called Jesus.
you
We
don't
know Him as
believe
that.
that we could all have a little of Jesus in us,
Now we got everybody. Everybody has their point in their nation, their kindred, their tribe, their clan. Everybody, like this, for instance, if you
Take a picture.
you
Taking a picture. We good to go?
on your video, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
It's my 30th birthday. I appreciate you all.
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 32:8. When the Most High divided the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Right. So that's another separation. There's another hierarchy on earth, man. There are people better than other people on the planet Earth. There's nations that's in different demographics.
Well, thank you for that. I don't believe anybody's better than anybody else.
Well, that's not what Deuteronomy
That's not doing
6
right.
said.
There's some people that
I
unmatched, not equal to another people, man.
Well, maybe in this life, you know.
No.
It's always been like that.
It's always been like that.
But it just lies been told.
Yeah.
That's
But
what
you
you
think, so you said like a bad person could die and you come back 200 years later, live a good life then, right?
He could live a good life, but he's still a bad person. It don't matter.
That's the way he was.
Created.
Yeah, that's his spirit.
And I'm gonna say it too.
Well, what about
It
me?
was-
I
it-
have to struggle with this. I feel like I was a bad person in the past. Not correct. Why do I feel that?
It's just how you feel.
I just
Does
still.
that mean that I'm always a bad person now because of my past?
Right.
It depends. What you gotta
You
say?
say like the Lord said, none of us are good but the Father. We're all sinners. If you're Israelite, which you probably are. So that's why you feel that way. But we're all here to repent in these last days. It doesn't have anything to do with. There's certain people that were created to be evil, literally.
He
Like
was
the
the
spirit
wicked.
is just
And
evil.
nothing
Right.
changes that. It don't matter. It don't matter if you changing the tire, they pull over to help you. The Lord got him to help you that day. It
Your
don't
free
change.
will. He made him come out of his way just to fix your tire.
That doesn't change the thing, because if you are the stock of a certain nation or group, you is who you is. Even when you go up to the spirit world, you in the spirit world, nobody's doing you anything, but you still have that quote unquote label. Even with Cain, who said Cain gonna have? So everybody should know. That mark. And the Edomite, that mark.
The beast?
No, not the beast, but the mark of leprosy.
Oh,
And he's gonna always have that mark. And nothing's gonna change that.
but the
He's gonna
cured
be
leprosy, not the white leprosy. I read.
the white leprosy.
Yeah, I read about
Well, what you got here?
This Romans 9,
Jumping around.
Yeah. So,
this Romans 9 and 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that called it. So like he said, you say you good or evil, the Lord made you good or evil.
right.
All right?
You're gonna be
You're gonna be one way.
the sons of the righteous, or you're gonna be the sons of the perdition.
And it don't really matter if it's right now hell, so you can
It does matter.
what you do,
People-
you gotta, I believe
But your judgment, like you said, you didn't change your ways from back then. Well, you don't know when and how your judgment gonna come too. Because you're down here to get judged. You can get judged from something in your past life. You can get judged for something that you did 5 minutes ago.
Right.
It's all up to the Lord. Though.
But aren't all sins equal to you though?
No.
No.
Yeah,
Some sins equal to death,
Yeah.
and some to forgiveness.
Yeah.
But death and forgiveness is that?
Some sins
So
are
like
sin.
murder would be death. Like something
Nah.
big, like
It depends. Murder, because murder is different than killing. There's a difference in killing. Because the Lord you can be righteously killed.
yeah, I mean,
There's a difference between murder. Now, you got to first understand what is sin. When you go into the book of 1 John, it tells you that sin is a transgression of the law. Now, you got to understand this too. Well, who the law was given to? Now, it's the law, you got to be based on also what nation you live. Because guess what? If you have another nation outside of Israel, the law ain't even appointed to you. It's not even for you. The Bible wasn't even for all nations. That's I can pull that in the Bible.
Second
Get it.
Esdras?
who is it?
No, get that in the Psalms.
Songs.
It's given to everybody. It's given to only the children of Israel. The God's children.
I'm giving you
Everybody else it wasn't given.
It wasn't given for him.
It's
So
given to
everybody, how can everybody sin?
You don't even have a law.
You're not even under the law. I'm just giving it to you straight. This is what the church is not going to tell you. This is what the average so-called leader is not going to tell you. Go ahead.
127.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I could say, if you look at the condition of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they've got it worse than anybody else out here, and that's because we transgress the laws, so we are under the curses. These other heathen nations out here can do the same things Israelites are doing, but nothing's happening to them right now because they're not under the law.
Right.
But
But like Hebrews say, the Lord don't consider them a son, because a son, you have a son, your son go off and do something, you test him.
Well, see, what about, like, I keep talking about groups of people, but these mandatory minimums that are keeping African Americans and drug offenders, there's a lot of African Americans that are big drugs, or like sex cocaine. You get caught with some cocaine in Tennessee, you get 10 years. That's from the 80s. So we're
Yeah, I mean-
we're under laws that are 40 years old.
I mean-
Life away.
this is Babylon for you, though, man. This is America for you.
This place was created to punish our people. That's what you have to understand. It's not about coming together and doing this and doing that.
Yeah,
So it's not about trying to make positive change.
Basically like this. To give it to you in a nutshell. The Lord allowed so-called white people to come to the shores of America, grab his people, bring them over here for punishment. Not for embezzlement, but for punishment. Once that punishment was over and done with, now the Lord is going to wake them up and ultimately get them from over here. America was nothing more than a prison house for us for a period of time.
Like ancient Egypt, the Israelites were punished for 430 years, but then Moses, when it was time for Israel to be set free, Moses led them into the wilderness out of Egypt, eventually through Joshua after Moses died to the Holy Land.
Right.
It's going to be no different this time.
Yeah. Even the so-called guy Willie Lynch, he even said in his letter to the other slave owners, he said, man, you can do this for a period of time, but there's going to have a great phenomenon happen. Where if you don't apply this, those same people that you want to basically keep down, they're going to wake up. And with that great awakening that you see now, because this was predestined that the Lord's going to, every kingdom that goes down, what happens? The Lord wakes another kingdom. Before he destroys the kingdom, the Lord allows his men to go on the highways and byways. They're gonna look like, older gentlemen like this. They're gonna look like younger men. They're gonna look like this brother. Yeah, I'm trying to stay on top of it too, Go ahead.
This is Romans. This Romans 9. This Romans 9 and 17.
Hey, we're gonna get out of here. Thank y'all so much. God bless.
Before you go.
Okay.
Yeah, this Romans 9 and 17 was the elder was just going into how this place was raised up for. It says Romans 9 and 17. It said, "For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared through all the earth."
And even the people that's running America, the Lord has risen them up like Pharaoh, just to chop them down and show his power in the earth. That he never left. That he never forgot his people. He was just mad with us for a period of time. That fire, that anger didn't last forever, right? And that's why you're seeing a great awakening happen. And then in the world, give me that second answer before you go. You know what I'm saying? 6.
This is Isaiah 42 and 24.
What happened?
Who?
Hold on. I want to get that real fast.
Which one?
The 706 is 6 and 7.
Okay. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Question mark.
So what is going to happen? What's the beginning and what's the end of things? All right, go ahead.
Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
So what's going to be the end of this? This is an age, man.
Right.
Eon. This is an age. This world that we're living in, and the rulers that are ruling it. This is.
Haven't we fell like 7 times or 6 times before?
I think about it like you have the golden age, the silver age, the copper, iron.
Right.
That can actually be applied to the scriptures because the golden age, according to Daniel chapter 2, was the Babylonian captivity.
Right.
And then the silver age was the Medo-Persians. The copper age would have been the Greeks. And then the iron age would have been the Romans. And what did they all have in common? They had the nation of Israel in captivity. Right. And what we're in right now is the last age of the heathens ruling, which is iron mixed with, when you read about it,
iron mixed with Mari clay. The end. We're at the toes of Nebuchadnezzar. The end of this. Yeah, the end of this known world. Once in this known world, it's finna end. It's finna get broken by that Millstone, which is the Lord. Go ahead.
And the begin, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? Verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
And that was symbolic of Jacob touching the heel of Esau. In due time, Esau is the beginning of what we know today as the so-called white man, or the Edomites. That's their true nationality. They try to say that they're white. There's nobody that's white. Right? Nobody that's that color, white.
Right.
Nobody. There's no such thing as white. That term white came in around what, 1681? 1681. That term being a white person. It's like the term black. There's nobody black. Right? You got different hues of brown. That's the new speak psychology work that didn't work on these people over there.
And
We're
it's all
getting closer to the same color as time
Right.
goes on,
And it's all witchcraft too, because think about it like this. On your wedding day, the happiest day of your life, what do you wear? White. On somebody's death day, what do you black? You have angel food, which is white, and devil cakes, which are brown.
It's all psychology. It's all working on your
Dualities and
yeah. Yeah, but ultimately, man, the people that's gonna rule the next world to come is Israel, man. Right?
When Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world or age.
Yeah, so the so-called white people are Edomites, right? They're the end of this world. That's their true nationality. It's not Caucasian. Caucasian goes back to the actual living habits. It was known as the Caucasians. They come from the Caucasus Mountains, man, in Georgia, Russia. You know, the so-called white people actually come from the caves, man. You know, everybody calls it Caucasian. Go ahead.
If you go to Google and put in Mount Petra, which was originally Mount Seir, the land of Edom, where they first dwelled. And when you look at the architecture, they were living in caves, and the architecture, just like you see Rome and Greek,
like Washington D.C.
Yeah, the columns and the eagles and all that.
Look like Washington D.C. in the mountains.
Are we talking like Homo sapien times, like that old?
No.
Oh no!
Oh, I thought you were talking caves, living in caves.
Caves, actual caves. Holes in the side of the mountains. Go ahead.
Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed.
We represent the so-called
So
Negroes.
it's a circular existence, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. It's basically once this particular age go down, just like the Romans, nobody's wearing Roman tokens no more. And briefs on their head. That place gone. Just like America. You can't have, you gotta understand this. When the Lord come back, and when the Lord and America can't rule at the same time.
Right.
You got all type of wickedness going on over here, all type of the foul acts. You can't have that going on and say that you want the Lord to come back too. There's only one king on the throne. Somebody gotta go. Somebody has to go. And we tell you the point. The one that's gonna go is America. People that rule America. Go ahead.
This Jeremiah 51:8, and this is the whole to kill your thoughts, and you can go along with of saving the world through cryptocurrency and all us coming together. All right, that's not biblical. This Jeremiah 51:7. It says Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken.
Meaning America's been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. How did America make the earth drunken? By giving people what we know as democracy, right? False doctrine, man. Right, go ahead.
It says the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
And the reason why the nations are mad because America has shoved democracy down their throat. You yourself, you admitted you was a part of it, shoving democracy down the nation's throat, bringing McDonald's and Walmart to the people, man. Homosexuality, all type of shit they brought over there and destroyed those people's traditions. That's why they're mad. Well, I want a democracy. I just want to speak English at a time and be able to have so-called rights. But what they did on the other side, they destroyed their traditions, their actual tradition that was passed down by their forefathers. Destroyed it. And America did it by the force of the sword. That's what happens with America. When you don't want to play ball, they're going to either force you or kill you. Same thing with you talking about. You talking about you gonna march down to the bank. They're gonna have armed guards out there.
Like that, I would do a GoFundMe or something, you know. Or
They run the system.
They faces on the money. You can't get rid of their money to create new money.
You can't create cryptocurrency.
Crypto just means concealed or hidden.
Well, it's a new currency too.
Yeah, but
You can't keep making crypto. You got Bitcoin.
Cryptocurrency was a Trojan horse to eventually lead to the microchip implant. Like, what do you see now? Having your opinion. Let's move over to not using fiat currency to get people on that kit. But what have you seen now? The Bank for International Settlements, which is the central bank of central banks, authorizing central banks to authorize digital currency. So now you've got the digital yuan, which has been fully launched, a digital ruble, euro, dollar, and all that is the next step for the final step, which is going to be that charagma, that stick.
It's all about, at the end of the day, Even Aaron Russo asked one of the Nick Rockefeller, what is the end game to all this that you want to do? He said the ultimate is the chip. It's to make one government, one world government, one world money system, and one religion. That's all it's about. And that one money system is the chip. Right? The one religion is going to be ran by the Roman Catholic Church, man. And that one army is going to be brought to you by who? Ultimately NATO. You know about NATO, right? You know about NATO. That's a bad. It's bad. Yeah. I'm talking about the actual. Yeah. Big boys.
And he gonna cause all to get it. And if you don't get it, you're gonna be killed, man.
Yeah.
He gonna force it down. This Babylon, Babylon is suddenly falling and destroyed, telling you that America gonna be done away with. How for her to take home for her pain? If so, she may be healed, because you trying to heal this place.
The Lord ain't trying to heal America.
The Lord
is ready to do away with it.
Like I said,
yeah.
we would have healed Babylon.
This is the Lord and the angels talking. The Lord said, he would have healed Babylon. Go ahead.
Yeah, Babylon means confusion. All right, it means Babylon, which means confusion. And America is confusion. Yeah, right. Which is a confused language, right? The Babel, yeah. Right? But it means confusion with mixture, all right? Because all the people in America is mixed in. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Yeah, gotta go. It can't be healed. It have wrought too much wickedness. It's too corroded. It's too corrupted. It got to be burnt.
So the next time when you see, I'm going to just tell you, next time you watch the news and you see America talking about going into Iran, Russia, that's all you've been seeing, Russia, China, Iran, Israel. You see America talking about going into Iran, you better know that World War III is near. They're going to start drafting women.
He was in
there.
You know that. Albert Einstein said that World War III, he don't know about World War III. The next World War will be
with sticks and stones. Because this one gonna be with nuclear fire. It's gonna wipe everything out. It ain't gonna be having no more weapons. Iron weapons. It's gonna be done.
Everybody, what you've been seeing is everybody loading up on weapons.
Well, we got to get out here.
You seen all this shit? Yeah. You get railroad tracks on his own. No advantages and shit. Nigga, dope fiend. Yeah, dope fiend fucking Marine, man. Yeah, more railroad tracks than fucking Amtrak, man. Go ahead, bring them out. We gonna bring them anyway for the camera, man.
Ecclesiasticus 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
All right, that's what you're finna see. You're finna see an actual kingdom be destroyed in the next kingdom, the next foundation, and the infrastructure of the next kingdom is going to be translated from one people to the other. And that one people is going to be translated to is us, man. Right? The Israelites. Our people are going to rule the next coming world, which is a good thing. And you see them motherfuckers going, wig out of that. Oh, let's everybody talk about slavery. No, everybody, we need to come. No, motherfucker, you have ruled your nation in wickedness.
This is time.
You had fun.
Yeah, you had fun.
This your time.
You brought Moab with you. You brought Ammon with you. Them black ass Hamites, you brought them with you. And fuck us.
Right.
You did your thing. Now it's time for us to sit back on the throne, man. Now everybody want to be your friend.
Can we all get along?
Yeah. Can we all just get along and come? I'm gonna get my Dolphin girlfriend to do the algorithm on the site. We can all come together. No, you don't have no places that you can't build with us. Man. Give me that one.
I got it.
Yeah, you can't build with us, man.
Build with us.
You can't build with us, man. This thing here is only for us. And niggas get mad at that when we say we only want our people to rule. We only want the ones to rule. Everybody else got their chance. Everybody got their fucking chance, man. The samurais, the Chinese, Ammon, Moab, Ishmael, Kilam, Edom. Everybody had their chance to rule. Yeah, Kush.
And when they were in the booster phase building their kingdom, they weren't hearing about anybody coming together. It was about foot and ass and taking over everything.
Who was building that shit?
Exactly.
They wouldn't have a kingdom, at least we built.
Slaves.
We built every fucking kingdom.
It's going to be no different with this one.
That was it on that?
But this is a First Esdras chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 64. Yeah, I'll start at verse 64. But with many trumpets and joy shouted with loud voice, insomuch that the trumpets might not be heard for the weeping of the peoples, yet the multitude sounded marvelously, so that it was heard afar off. Wherefore, when the enemies of the tribe of Judah and Benjamin heard it, they came to know what that noise of the trumpet should mean. And they perceived that they were of the captivity, did build the temple unto the Lord YAHAWAH of Israel. So they went to Zerubbabel and Yahawashi, and to the chief of the families, and said unto them, we will build together with you.
And I'm going to say this, and they're scared now because this trumpet is blown. This trumpet that's dealing with judgment, right? The uprising, the Kwam Yashala, they hear that trumpet blowing too, man. People scared.
Spiritual temple getting
Yeah,
built.
and they see the spiritual temple getting built right now, and they're scared. And people like that want to build. Let's see what it says.
And you should be in the spirit of seeing the fear in these heathens' eyes, knowing that they're going to go down and you're going to rule over them. Verse 68. So they went to Zerubbabel and Yahawashi, and to the chief of the families, and said unto them, we will build together with you, but we likewise, as ye do, obey. For we likewise, as ye do, obey your Lord, and do sacrifice unto him from the days of Asbazareth, the king of the Assyrians, who brought us hither. Then Zerubbabel and Yahawashi and the chief of the families of Israel said unto them, it is not for us and you to build together an house unto Yahawah our power. We ourselves alone will build unto the Lord of Israel, according as Cyrus the king of the Persians hath commanded us. But the heathen of the land, lying heavy upon the inhabitants of Judea and holding them straight, hindered their building, and by their secret plots and popular persuasions and commotions, they hindered the finishings of the building of all the time that King Cyrus lived. So they were hindered from building for the space of 2 years until the reign of Darius.
Yeah, I would think with the others in scripture.
Ezra.
Isaiah 30:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Most High and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate.
Right. It says, none of these shall fail. None of these prophecies is going to fail that was foretold, man. You got prophecies that's still written in the book of Deuteronomy that hasn't come into play. All right? And it's going to go into none shall want what?
None. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate.
None shall want to make. Meaning, you ain't going to be able to compare this book with nothing else, man. You're not going to basically put this with the book of economics. Book of keeping niggas and cryptocurrency. Rich dad, poor dad, and shit, man. Oh, yeah, I read. Man, get down with that bullshit. Get on with that bullshit, bro.
Yeah, but you can't offset the prophecies.
That's what he trying to do. That's what he was trying to do, basically. Like I said, you just talking to the guy, man. Go ahead.
I got that account in Ezra.
Yeah, bring that account out.
Okay. This is Ezra chapter 4, and start at verse 1. Now when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity builded the temple unto Yahawah, the power of Israel, then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your power as ye do, and we do sacrifice unto you.
That's what he was basically saying. I believe in your God. Whatever your God is, I believe in God. You don't believe in.
We don't have the same God.
Yeah, fuck out of here. Let's see what say.
And to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your power as ye do, and we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Assyria.
which brought us up hither, but Zerubbabel and Yahawashi and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, Ye have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our power, but we ourselves together will build unto Yahawah the power of Israel, as King Cyrus, the king of Persia, hath commanded us.
Yeah, we don't need no help, man. We got this, man. We don't need no help. No Marine, nobody else, man. All right? We don't need no help from no 10-inch waist nigga. We got this, man. We gonna build. We've been building. We've been building. We don't need you nations to do a goddamn thing with us, man. Like I say, we have built. The only way you're gonna build is in the kingdom of heaven with the backs of brick and mortar and whatever else we got your ass on as slaves, man. All right, what you got?
It's not a spiritual building anyways. Right. And they physical. Yeah. How they gonna build with us? This is a spiritual temple we build. How they gonna build with us? They don't know how to be spiritual. They can't even be spiritual.
They're worried about cryptocurrencies.
Go ahead.
This is
You got anything else? Anything on that?
This is Isaiah 55 and 11. It says, So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. Isaiah 55 and 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the things whereto I sent it.
Yeah, and ultimately the prophecies, man. You can't upset the prophecies. You can't. The Lord has spoken. What it's gonna be, that's what it's gonna be. You ain't gonna, the Lord ain't gonna allow no little peasy ass Edomite or whatever the hell you is to come and talk about upsetting prophecies through cryptocurrency. I mean, if you so cryptocurrency up, why are you not rich? Why are you on the skateboard? You know, ride through, huh? Yeah, you doing so. I did the economy study this. I wrote this paper.
Bro, you're in the Marines with PTSD.
Yeah,
you're a dope fiend.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, so with that, man, that was, that happened how it's supposed to happen, man. Whatever. We hope that was edifying. Until next time, we'll give all praise and glory and honor to God.
YAHAWAH, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Microchip.
Come on to the elder apostles, GMS. Once again, peace and blessings, salutations. Until next time. Shalawam.
Shabbat Shalawam.